I'm Dawn Janes-Bartley, President, Risk Manager, and Insurance Guru at Minnesota Insurance Group. I want to talk to you about business interruption and extra expense coverage. This is a coverage that is so important for restaurants who have daily income coming in. Stores are the same way, places that rely on customers coming in and that daily revenue generated. So if you have a storm that comes through and say, for example, power's out for 4 days, you can't serve food, you can't have customers come in, you have no income coming in. At that point, what you have is a business income loss. So that policy that you purchase would be important to come with some business income or extra expense coverage. So at that point, the lost profit, your expenses, your payroll, things like that, can be recouped through your insurance minus your deductible. So keep in mind, let's say that you had a loss that was 30 days and you were out of business for 30 days. Your landlord still wants their rent, your POS service still wants to get paid, you might have to pay employees to keep them, you have equipment leases and such that would still be owed. So those expenses are covered under business income. One really critical component when you're thinking about business income insurance is that deductible. So if you think about a car, you have an accident and you might pay a $500 deductible. That's your part of that contribution. On business income insurance, oftentimes that deductible is labeled in how many hours you have to wait for a loss. So you can have two policies that have the same limit for business income insurance, but that deductible can be very, very different. So a policy might have a 72-hour waiting period, and another policy might have immediate pay, so no hours, no deductible. So imagine that loss happens on Thursday at noon. You have no income for Thursday, none for Friday, and none for Saturday, and you can start collecting on your insurance noon on Sunday. If Sunday's not a busy day for you or you're not open on Sunday, guess what? The 3 busiest days you had, you have no coverage because that was your deductible. So you don't get to choose a value for your deductible. You have to choose a number of hours. So if it happens on a busy time, a holiday, weekends, Super Bowl, something like that, you might have a really, really big loss. So the details in the business interruption policy are very important. Some additional coverages would be a vendor. So you have that storm that comes through and you are able to be open, but your food provider can't get to you. So you can't actually operate if you don't have food to sell. So some of that business interruption could be from the loss of dependent suppliers, so the vendors that you rely on. And you might have some extra expenses. Maybe you have to rent generators to run your equipment, to keep your freezers going, keep your food fresh. So those expenses wouldn't have occurred without the loss. So that's what business interruption and extra expense coverage is. Really critically important to the operations of a restaurant and a bar. I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm Dawn with Minnesota Insurance Group.